Hey, this is the video for Workbook 11. So we have here the side angle side triangle congruence with transformations for 11.1. What that means is that if you have a triangle like this, you have two angles that you will know, and then there's the side that's in between them. They call that the included side. So before we had the included angle, that was the angle between two sides that we knew. Now we have one side that we know between two angles that we know. And if those two are the same, like with these two triangles, then we know that the triangles themselves are congruent. That's like the minimal requirement for those being the same, for those being congruent. So, they have examples of these things being a transformation. We reflected this across the y-axis to get it there. So you can see that B corresponds with L, angle A corresponds with angle K, and then AB corresponds with KL. So those are all those things, all the parts, the only necessary parts to show that they are congruent using angle side angle. Okay, so then how we do this is this one question here, and it's very simple, and then we'll go on to 11.2. So if we look at these two triangles, so here we have one angle with one tick mark and then the other angle. That means that angle ABD is congruent to angle ABC. And then we have two tick marks here. So that means the angle CAB is congruent to DAB, or I could have said BAC and BAD. Angle, triangle bad. Which transformation will show that this went to that. So in order to show that these are the same, I can see I would reflect it across that line right there. It's like I would fold it right there and it would be the same thing. So I'm going to look for reflection over the line AB. And there it is. That was the one question. So there you go. All right. So this is 11.2. So we're going to talk about how to use those in proofs, since that is what we do with this course, is do lots of proofs. So their example is just saying, so then with any proof, we always start with given. They talk about the right angles that are the same. So basically you have to set it up so there are two angles that are the same and one segment that is the same. So we have angles that they're the right angle. So this is true. This is the right angle theorem. All right angles are congruent. So if they're right angles, they're all congruent. And then let's do this thing. Two questions. I'm retaking it because I've already taken it before and showing you the video. Okay. So use these triangles to answer this question. So here I have 40.9 and 76.5. And notice on here I don't have 40.9 or 76.5. So then therefore I would say that these are definitely not at all the congruent. Gracie says that she can say they are because they have the same 5.6, but the angles are not the same. So I would say she is incorrect because there are no pairs of corresponding angles with the same measure. Then if we had this thing, we have angle D is congruent to angle B. AD is congruent to AB. So we have an angle, a side. So now we need the other angle to show that they're the same. So we need this angle right there to be the same. Well, we always start these with given. If angle A is congruent to angle A, something's congruent to itself, it's always reflexive. But now we have an angle, a side, and an angle. So now they are congruent by angle, side, angle. Simple, simple. Okay, then the next one. Okay, so now here's more in problem solving. So we did proofs on it, and now we're doing problem solving. So with all those, you can problem solve with it. Gives a little transcript of it. Gives some more problems. I'm going to skip those for now because I can. We're going to try this over. So looking at here, use these triangles to answer the question. Before I answer the question, I'm going to look at the triangle. So I see that there's 40.6 on both of them, 98.5 on both of them. I can see that across from 98.5 is 6.9. And so I don't know what it is across from 98.5 here. But if I look here, 98.5, 4.6, 40.6, in between those is a 4.6. So 98.5, 40.6, 40.6, and then there's a 4.6 in between them. So that's an angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle. So, and if triangle ABC is congruent to that, what is the length of DF? So DF is directly across from the 40.6. So here's 40.6, and directly across is 4.5. And then two swatches of cloth are laid upon top of each other as shown. So we have the angle, those two angles are the same. We have the AD is equal to 3 inches, and AB is equal to 3 inches. How do you, are the two swatches congruent? So we talked about this in the last thing, that one has to be the same because of reflexive property, right? So by the reflexive property of congruence, A is congruent by A to A. So the swatches are congruent by angle, side, angle. That is definitely true. So in other words, yes, the swatches are congruent. There is enough information. Doesn't have that. The measures of every pair of corresponding parts must be congruent. Nope. By the reflexive property, this says side, angle, side. So they're going to trip you up. There's angle, side, angle. There's side, angle, side. But we had angle, side, angle. Is what I said. Did I? What I said? I don't know. Anyway, there's that one. So the next part of this unit is just the unit test. So when I go here, it'll take me to the unit exam. And so that is left up to you to do.